Voting meeting, action meeting tonight, August 21st, or September 25th, 2018. I got the wrong thing up. First, everyone rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Ms. Payne, can we have a roll call?
Here?
Here. Here.
Here.
Here.
Here.
Here. Here.
Here. Here again.
I'm here too.
Oh, and my friend, Mr. Colson.
Okay.
You're supposed to be here or something.
Is that Scott or Wolverine over there?
Recommend approval of the following meeting minutes as listed.
I'll make that motion. Second.
Motion and second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All that opposed? Motion passes. All right, there's going to be a student recognition. You want to come down to the floor?
We could have the cheerleading coaches come up and introduce the squad to us, that'd be awesome.
First is Isabella Stoll, Elena Sigliano, Mackenzie Klaus, Naomi Ware, Maddie Lyle, Sydney Linhart, Sylvia Sepp, Gabriella Nichols, Zoe Salinger, Isabella Catrilla, Savannah Kay, Elena Lewis, Isabella Russo, Amber DiMaria, Jordan Westbrook, Delaney Marzina, Alex Anderson, Olivia Pernice, and Carly Overcash. Get your palms and then go to your spots. Gotta get your palms and then no, I want you guys to do your cheer first. The girls are gonna start by presenting you with a cheer. Yeah, you can face this.
Go, big purple. P-L-U-M, go. Big purple. P-L-U-M, go. Big purple. P-L-U-M, go. Big purple.
First, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Amanda Anderson, the head cheerleading coach here at Plum. This is my 5th year with the cheerleading program and my 2nd year coaching varsity. The other coach who is here tonight is Nicole Varengia. She is a valuable asset to this program for many years. This year, she is my assistant with varsity, the comp team and with the junior high team. I'd like to thank the school board and everyone in the school district for their help in allowing myself and my incredible staff to build such a strong program within the Plum Borough School District. All of these athletes are held to high standards and expectations. This season has already seen huge accomplishments for our program. The girls are expected to practice weekly and attend games while maintaining grades in a year-round activity. Many of the girls receive honors and high honor roll awards at the end of each season. We are also continuing to grow as a program with a total of 60 girls this season. A varsity team of 25 girls, 11 seniors, 8 juniors, and 6 sophomores. A junior varsity team of 13 girls, 2 sophomores, and 11 freshmen. And an O-Block team of 22 girls consisted of 7th and 8th graders. With the growth, we are excited about bringing back the competition team this season with 20 girls, a combination of varsity and junior varsity athletes. These 20 girls are super excited to start competing in December. Each year, the girls participate in numerous community service activities. We raise money every year in October for breast cancer, volunteer time to coach the Plum Midget cheerleading program, and this season, we are reaching out to help the Plum Food Pantry in November and the Ronald McDonald House. The girls truly enjoy giving back to the community that gives so much to them. The varsity and JV team attended a 4-day camp at Slippery Rock University this summer. The girls worked from morning to night each day. Every day they were taught new material and stunts. They were evaluated on multiple different things, cheers, sidelines, and dances. Both teams received superior evaluations. The girls also received spirit sticks each night. The team's rewarded spirit sticks showed respect to the staff and other campers and brought energy to the camp and had fun while learning so much material. The girls also received one of the highest honors at camp, which is the top banana. The banana goes home with the program that brings excitement to the camp, shows respect every day in and out of camp activities, and shows sportsmanship all week. And they also show true dedication to their school spirit. Lastly, I would like to celebrate the success the program has had, being a positive influence on preparing the cheerleaders who wish to continue cheering at a collegiate level. We currently have 4 cheerleaders cheering at the University of Clarion, 1 at Robert Morris, and 2 at the University of Pittsburgh. The 4 girls went into this level of cheerleading prepared and ready. We hope to continue the growth within the program and prepare these girls for the next opportunity they receive in life. Thank you so much.
He wants you to because it's broken. I don't know if it's just yours.
Are there any citizens' comments on agenda items?
Hi, Amy Wetmore, 834 Unity Center Road. My comment is actually on citizens' comments. I am standing up here. Some of you are noticing. Many of you aren't paying attention to me as a citizen, which is not anything new. It has been brought to my attention on several occasions that when particularly we have non-agenda items at the end of the meeting, the board is often packing up and preparing to leave and not giving the citizens the respect that they deserve. I know we don't always see eye to eye, but when I come here to talk, I come here prepared. Most people come here with important information or things that are feelings from the heart that are important to them, and it would be kind of you to acknowledge that. My second issue with the citizens' comment is that Mr. Schlott keeps time, and I feel that that is something you as president should delegate to somebody not sitting on the board so that you can be focused and someone else can keep track
I do have
of that.
someone else doing it. Yeah.
And well, you're the one who always tells us how much time, which is my final point when it comes to citizens' comments, is that that is a distraction, especially when you know you're short on time. Now that there's only 3 minutes, sometimes, you know, we can get a little long-winded. So I just brought, these are cue cards we use in my office for people who are doing lectures that we just hold up and say, you have a minute left, 30 seconds, stop. Something like that would be useful for us so that we can keep our train of thought as we're trying to wrap up our thoughts. So that's all I had to say. Thank you.
You.
Thanks. Good idea. No problem with that.
Michelle Stepnick, 3020 Settlers Court. I'm here to talk about the facilities, and I see on the agenda, Constellation is on the agenda. They've been on the agenda in previous years, too. I brought with me tonight a report from late 2016 that's going to highlight probably many of the same things y'all are going to ask for again, one of the same reports we couldn't find back in July. I also have a report with me from October 17th, 2017 from VEBH. It is, and I have a stack of reports, but these are two that consistently say the same things. This is something the school board set in motion and asked for VBH to do. And we asked because we had a certain amount of money, and how do we best use that money, build an addition, but also address the facilities needs that we have. And in both of these reports, it highlights HVAC issues, safety issues at the junior high and the high school, amongst many other things that are all the same in both reports for 2 years. Back in July, it was stated at the discussion meeting that nobody could find reports. The next day, I emailed Mr. Zahorchek and Dr. Hyland and said I'd be happy to bring in everything I had. I think I spoke to you, Mr. Zuko and Mr. Wisniewski, and I said, hey, I have everything. I'll bring it in. You guys can make copies. I could even show you where it is in Google Drive because I know it's there, hoping that would help get some things rolling. As a parent, I have questions. I was granted a 30-day extension on a right to know on air quality tests that you all claim were deemed safe for our kids to go back in the buildings. Did you fix the HVAC issues? Did you fix the roof issues on that week that we were off? I'm not opposed to the kids being home. Believe me, it's the right call to make. But as a parent with a child that teeters on some breathing issues, I want to know, is my kid's building safe, but yet I'm given a 30-day extension. So, you know, again, I've offered to bring them in. They exist. Happy to share them again. You know, as a former school board member, it's important that we left a paper trail of stuff so you could find it. And if it was not findable by our new staff, because we have such a quick turnover that's happened, look to people for the resources. They have them, but I never heard anything back. And you know, again, I as another question as a parent for you, Mr. Schlock, you're the president of the board. Did you see these reports? Did you physically look at them? Mr. Colson, you're the chair of facilities. Did you see these reports? Did anybody look at them to know we did all the work in our facilities, not just patch them up with a Band-Aid. We did the work, and it's done. That's the question I have as a parent. Thanks.
Any other additional comments? All right, I'll start off with the president's report. Since the start of the school year, all indications are that things are running pretty smoothly for everyone. Communication has been good. The transition process to the beginning of the school year from last has been pretty positive overall. We recently upgraded our athletics program by replacing our previous AD with Josh Shoup, who's a very highly regarded athletic director from Pine Richland. As far as from a budgetary and financial standpoint, for the 2017-18 budget, we finished a little over $1 million in the good, and broken down, that's we did about, as far as the revenue side, we finished about $954,000, better than expected. And then on the expense side, we anticipated $87,000 more than we ended up having as far as expenses. So net, that's a little over $1 million in the good for 17-18. That was pretty good. John would agree with that. So other than that, I'll turn it over to Dr. Hyland for the superintendent report.
Thank you, Mr. Schlock. Good evening, everyone. I would like to say that we are off to what I believe is a fantastic start. We're starting to roll up our sleeves and get down to the business of learning. For those of you who don't get to hear all the good things our students and employees are doing, I would like to share some of the fabulous things that are beginning to happen in the district. Our one-to-one initiative and deployment of devices for students in grades 5 through 12 is off and running. We started at Holiday Park last week, and our team, led by Mr. Luletta, is currently spending time this week at O-Block to get the devices in our students' hands. In the past, only students in grades 5 through 8 were given a device, and as many of you know, we felt this year that the program needed to be expanded to our high school students prior to them leaving the district and entering into the digital world. Based on student feedback in the surveys that we gave them, and what we believed was the best device for learning, we will begin Chromebook distribution starting on October 2nd through the 11th at the high school level. If you would, please check the district webpage for information on distribution dates by grade. For students in grades 9 through 12, we are respectfully requesting that an adult member of the family or the household pick up their student devices at the high school library on your allotted night. Because this is a new initiative at the high school level, we believed it would be prudent to hand the devices directly to the families so the information related to device insurance could be properly explained and acknowledged. Additionally, the Plumboro School District will be hosting 2 one-to-one information nights for all grade levels at Plum Senior High School on either October 17th or the 24th at 7 p.m. The hour-long presentation is designed to give students and families a brief overview of the Plumboro School District's one-to-one program and highlight and demonstrate the robust safety features that have been installed on all devices to help facilitate a cyber environment that is conducive for an optimal learning environment and will further our #1 goal of keeping our school safe. Additionally, there are times when individuals come together as a group in a galvanizing fashion in order to do something special that will have a transformational impact for the citizens who live within our community. The soon-to-be-built Pivot Elementary Inclusive Playground is a reflection of one of those galvanizing events that will be very meaningful for our youngsters, particularly those youngsters who live with challenges that most do not. The planning is done, and now the work begins. Tomorrow is the first of 2 prep days that will include nearly 40 volunteers that will receive deliveries, assemble equipment, and organize teams for a build day. Early Friday morning, a team of 200 volunteers will come together from the community and Duquesne Light Company to create this inclusive playground that will welcome all children to play. Pivot Elementary is very grateful to all the local businesses and community members that have joined in this project with donations of food, tools, and time to make this dream a reality. If you can't make it, but would like to follow what is going on with the build, follow the hashtag Pivot Playground on Twitter to see how this all comes together. And finally, come out for the homecoming bonfire on Thursday night at the high school. There will be food trucks, our own Plum High School cheerleaders, our football team, our band, and a lot of fun for the community. We look forward to seeing a big crowd, both at the bonfire and at the game the next night, and maybe even give away some prizes. Thank you, Mr. Schlupp.
Personnel Committee, Mr. Kolar, Chairperson. Recommend approval to hire Timothy Hanna as a contracted supervisor of school police at a starting salary of $70,000 per year on a date to be determined by the superintendent.
On behalf of the board, I'll make that recommendation.
Second.
Second.
Motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All that oppose? Motion passes. Do you want to read?
I have something to say, but I'll wait during safety, so you can go
Okay,
first.
all right.
Thank you.
Mr. Hanna, would you like to come up to the podium? If you would, just indulge me, I'm going to read a little bit about the new supervisor of school police for the Plumboro School District. The Plumboro School District would like to share with our families and the members of the community the depth of expertise that this administration utilized to thoroughly vet the candidates for this critical position. The interview team included members of the superintendent's cabinet and multiple law enforcement experts that willingly gave up their time and shared decades of professional experience to assist the district in finding the most qualified candidate. Members of the interview panel included the Plum Borough Chief of Police, the Acting Assistant Agent in charge of the Pittsburgh District Office of the Drug Enforcement Agency, and a City of Pittsburgh detective who also served as a DEA task force officer. The panel unanimously and without hesitation agreed that one candidate was by far the best person and most qualified individual to lead the Plum School Police. The Plum Borough School District is proud to announce the appointment of Captain Timothy Hanna of the McKeesport Police Department as its new supervisor of school police. Captain Hanna is a 1986 graduate of McKeesport Area High School and is a 1991 graduate of Robert Morris University, earning a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration. He has received numerous commendations for his work from supervisors and from former FBI Director Robert Mueller, former Pennsylvania Attorney General Tom Corbett, and current Allegheny County Sheriff William Mullen. Captain Hanna is currently a part of the City of McKeesport Police Department and has been serving its community for over 25 years. He began his career in 1993 as a patrol officer and has continued to move up the ranks to captain in 2009. Here, he has had a supervisory command of over 40 officers and detectives. Hanna has been part of numerous investigations involving outside law enforcement agencies, including Allegheny County Police Department, the Allegheny County Sheriff's Department, the Pennsylvania State Police, Pennsylvania Office of the Attorney General, United States Office of Inspector General, the Federal Bureau of Investigations, and the Drug Enforcement Administration. Captain Hanna shares that he will strive to take every step to assure the safety and security of all students and staff in the Plum Borough School District. Captain Timothy Hanna resides in McKeesport with his wife Nicole, who I believe is with us tonight, his son Eric, 27, of Elizabeth Township, and we would genuinely like to welcome Mr. Hanna to the Plum Borough School District.
Thank you. I'd like to start by thanking Dr. Highland, Dr. Yamnitsky, and Dr. Walsh for recommending me to the board after a tough and thorough interview process. Also like to thank the board for approving me to fill this new and vital position with the district. I would also like to say thank you to my wife, Nicole, for always supporting me with a job that isn't easy on a spouse. Thank you, Nicole. I look forward to working with all of you to achieve my ultimate goal of creating the safest and secure environment for students and staff to excel. I will be reaching out to Chief Armstrong to build a cooperative and trusting relationship between our departments. Couldn't be more motivated to get started in this new position. And there's a lot to be done. We need to hire good and capable officers, conduct safety and security surveys of all of the buildings in the district, and getting to know the principals of each building to get their input on any concerns that they may have involving safety and security at their specific building. I'm leaving my hometown police department to take this position. I'm very proud of the career that I've had there, and I'm thankful for the training and experience I received over those years that have prepared me for my new position as supervisor of Plum Borough School District Police. I will strive to make this department a model for school policing. Thanks again for giving me the opportunity to serve the students, teachers, staff, and parents of this district.
Congratulations, welcome aboard.
Congratulations. I think timing is everything, so I might as well just go here with my little speech. I just want to thank my fellow board members, Dr. Highland, and all those involved in the process this evening to hire Mr. Timothy Hanna as the supervisor of the Plum Borough Police Force, Plum Borough School District Police Force. The hiring of Mr. Hanna is a momentous for the Plum Borough School District. His expertise and professionalism alone will help facilitate a positive culture where safety is truly a #1 priority for every student and every employee in this school district. To me, as chair of safety, this position, supervisor of school police, was never about the need, but instead was about finding the right person to fill this role. I am confident we have found the right person with Mr. Hanna. I am thankful for Dr. Walsh, Dr. Highland, who share my passion regarding safety, and I'm extremely excited about hiring Mr. Hanna this evening. I welcome you, Mr. Hanna, to the Plum Borough School District as supervisor of the school police, and on behalf of the board, I thank you for coming to Plum. I look forward to watching you build relationships with the students, staff, and the community to build a positive learning environment like none other here in the Plum School District. Thank you. That's all I have to say.
Recommend approval to change the position title from Infrastructure Administrator to Junior Network and Systems Administrator.
On behalf of the board, I'll make that recommendation.
Second?
Motion is second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All that opposed? Motion passes. Recommend approval to hire Trace Watts as a Junior Network and Systems Administrator at an annual salary of $48,500 with a start date to be determined.
On behalf of the board, I'll make that recommendation.
Second?
Motion is second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All that opposed? Motion passes. Recommend approval to give Chris Cots Technology a 2% annual increase in salary.
On behalf of the board, I'll make that recommendation.
Second?
Motion is second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All that oppose? Motion passes. Recommend approval to give Stephen Miles Technology a 2% annual increase in salary.
On behalf of the board, I'll make that recommendation.
Second?
Motion is second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All that oppose? Motion passes. Recommend approval to contract with Keystone Consultant for the purposes of hiring Dr. Joseph Mirhout, an interim principal for O Block Junior High, for $400 per day for a maximum of 25 days over a 60-day period, pending
Yep.
receipt of paperwork.
On behalf of the board, I'll make that recommendation.
Second?
Motion is second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All that oppose? Motion passes. Recommend approval of changing the employment status of Andrea Caldwell from part-time custodian to full-time custodian effective September 26, 2018.
On behalf of the board, I'll make that recommendation.
Second?
Motion is second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All that oppose? Motion passes. Recommend approval to accept the following resignations, items A through B, as listed below.
On behalf of the board, I'll make that recommendation.
Second?
Motion is second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All that oppose? Motion passes. Recommend approval to hire the following staff members, items A through D, as listed below.
On behalf of the board, I'll make that recommendation.
Second?
Motion is second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All that oppose? Motion passes. Recommend approval to hire the following list of special service sponsors for the 2018-19 school year, items A through H, as listed below.
On behalf of the board, I'll make that recommendation.
Second?
Motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All that oppose? Motion passes. Recommend approval of an intermittent leave in accordance with the Family Medical Leave Act as listed, items A through E, as listed below.
On behalf of the board, I'll make that recommendation.
Second?
Motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All that oppose? Motion passes. Recommend approval of a potential unpaid leave for employee number 2926 for a period of up to 2 weeks to attend to family concerns in a foreign country.
On behalf of the board, I'll make that recommendation.
Second?
Motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 All that oppose? Motion passes. Recommend approval to hire the following coaches for the 2018-19 season, items A through R, as listed below.
On behalf of the board, I'll make that recommendation.
Second?
Motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All that oppose? Motion passes. Recommend approval to accept the following volunteer coaches for the 2018-19 season, items A through D, as listed below.
On behalf of the board, I'll make that recommendation.
Second?
Motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye. All that oppose? Motion passes. Do you have any report, Mr. Kohler?
I don't, thank you.
Student Achievement and Activities Committee, Dr. Anderson, Chairperson. Recommend approval of the tuition agreement with the Northern Westmoreland Career and Technology Center.
On behalf of the board, I'll make that recommendation.
Second.
Motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All that opposed? Motion passes. Recommend approval of the AIU Alternative Education Program Services Agreement.
On behalf of the board, I'll make that recommendation.
Second.
A motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All that opposed? Motion passes. Recommend approval of the following grants, numbers 1 through 12, as listed below.
On behalf of the board, I'll make that recommendation.
Second.
Motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All that oppose? Motion passes. Dr. Anderson, have any report?
No, I would just echo Dr. Highland's words on how excited we are for Pivot, for the playground to happen, and for the one-to-one initiative. And what an awesome school year it's been to start. So thank you to the staff and to the teachers and the administration for it.
Agreed, yeah. Safe and Supportive Schools Committee, Mrs. Rossler, Chairperson. Do you have any?
I don't have a report, but I want to refer to Jonah, who's the student representative, to see what he thinks about the hiring of Mr. Tim Hanna.
Well, while we do feel safe in our schools, while the students do feel safe within the district, I'd like to extend my thanks on behalf of all of the students of the Plumboro School District for his taking command of our school district police.
Thank you. Budget and Finance Committee, Mr. Schlock, Chairperson. Recommend approval of the Treasurer's Report and bill payments for August 2018. On behalf of the committee, I will make the recommendation.
Second.
Motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All that oppose? Motion passes. Recommend approval to delete the following 7 student activity accounts as attached. On behalf of the committee, I will make the recommendation.
Second.
Motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All that oppose? Motion passes. I don't really have any report. I gave my president report. I said what a good year we did in 2017-18. We were over $1 million in the good. And then from like last year and a half to now, we kind of did almost like a 180 together in a positive direction as far as the financial status of the school district. I think things are definitely going in the right direction. Would you agree, John? So other than that, I don't have anything else. Moving on to Facilities and Operations Committee, Mr. Colson, Chairperson. Recommend approval of the individual student transportation agreement as attached.
On behalf of the committee, I'll make that recommendation.
Second.
Motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All that oppose? Motion passes. Recommend approval of the Constellation Energy to conduct an investment grade audit.
On behalf of the committee, I'd like to make that recommendation.
Second.
Motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All that oppose? Motion passes. Recommend approval for the Director of Facilities, Jim McClellan, to attend the PASBO State Facility Committee meetings at no cost to the district on the following dates: December 6, 2018 and April 11th, 2019.
On behalf of the committee, I'll make that recommendation.
Second.
Motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All that oppose? Motion passes. Recommend approval for the Director of Facilities, Jim McClellan, to attend the PASBO Annual Facilities Transportation and School Safety Conference in Grantline, PA on October 24th, 25th, and 26th.
And on behalf of the committee, I'll make that recommendation.
Second.
Motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All that oppose? Motion passes. Do you have any report, Mr. Colson?
That's all I have tonight.
Eastern Area Schools, Dr. Anderson, Liaison. Recommend approval of the Eastern Area School budget for 2018-19.
On behalf of the board, I'll make that recommendation.
Second.
Motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All that oppose? Motion passes. Any report, Dr. Anderson?
We meet this week.
Forbes Road, Mr. Rogers, Liaison. Any
Yes.
report?
Just a couple quick things. There was an open house on September 11th. 537 current students, parents, and potential new students and community members are in attendance. They're hoping to draw several new students as a result of that. The contract with the teachers is still in negotiation, and hopefully the roof will be done this week after losing 42 days of work to the weather. So that's all. Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Rogers. Intergovernmental, Mrs. Caldwell.
Thank you,
liaison.
Mr. Slot. Just briefly, I wanted to make the community aware that Pennsylvania School Boards Association, which we as a board participate in and agreed with on this legislation, is asking citizens to reach out to their state representatives and encourage passage of Senate Bill 1095 graduation reforms. We previously discussed this and brought the community up to date on this. This will probably be tweaked a little bit in the House of Representatives, but we need to encourage this legislation to get through the state because this impacts our current 10th graders for their graduation requirements. So if anyone has a couple minutes, reach out to their state rep and ask we get that passed Senate Bill 1095 graduation reforms so that our administrators can have sufficient time to plan accordingly. I just wanted to camp on to what Dr. Highland and Dr. Anderson mentioned about the PIVIC All-Inclusive Playground Project, that's also been thoroughly supported by Allegheny Valley Habitat for Humanity, which has been a great organization, a great partner for us through the community. Plum isn't always thought of as being part of the Alley-Kiski area, but actually geographically we are, and we're blessed to have the director, Dr. Tamiji, be one of our alumni. So he has worked diligently, as well as Duquesne Light, in conjunction with our school district to bring that project to fruition this coming week. I wanted to thank, in addition, our borough, Plum Borough, because they have helped with the site prep. So we wanted to reach out and thank them for their assistance on that. Just wanted to mention, in addition, if anyone has any energy left after building the playground on Friday, that Plum Borough is sponsoring a fall festival and home run derby at the ball fields across the street here this Saturday, the 29th of September. Home run derby begins at 11 a.m. for families and children, and food and beverages will be available. That's it. Thank you, Mr. Slot.
Thanks, Mrs. Caldwell. Policy, Mr. Wisniewski, liaison. Any report or anything?
I don't have a report. As far as I know, just want to continue to thank the administration working with us as a board with all the policy changes that we've had to this point, updating the security policy and everything moving forward. We'll be looking forward to working with you. So that's all. Thank you.
Are there any citizens' comments on non-agenda items?
Bill Chapel, 694 Pine Valley Drive. I don't want to take away from the hiring today of the new police chief for the school district. It's been a long time coming. I look forward to the day that trained security personnel is in every building, and we just don't have a secretary buzzing people in and out. I think it's a wonderful thing. But with that said, Steve, you mentioned, you're 1 million in the plus.
Oh, just for the 17-18, we did better. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but that budget was balanced on borrowed money. You borrowed money, $5.6 million 3 years ago. So with that, the residents, myself included, we've seen 3 years of tax increases. A lot of cuts to students' programs. We eliminated full-day kindergarten. We're down to half-day. I wasn't going to speak today, but then I heard, okay, we're going to give 2% raise to this person, 2% raise to this person. And everybody in this community has felt the impact of the school district, the finances of the school district. What I don't see is administration feeling that same impact. What I'm suggesting, I would like to see pay freezes for administration until this $5.6 million is paid back. I sat here for years and listen to how bad the finances are. The state's gonna take over. If things are that bad, how do we continue to give raises out? You know, I can assure you, my 3 years of tax increases, my household income didn't go up that much. So when the students are asked to take cuts, and how about 36 teachers lost jobs this year? Everybody is pitching in, trying to help out here. How about the administration pitching in and taking pay freezes until we get out of using borrowed money to balance these budgets? Thank you.
I'd just like, go ahead.
Good evening, folks. My name is Steve Taylor. I live at 3751 New Texas Road. As a public servant for 12 years for Plum Borough, I know that you guys face a lot of uphill battles, and it's a pretty thankless job. But I want to thank each and every one of you guys and commend you for doing your due diligence, protecting the children in this community. It's a very important thing that you guys are paving the way, and just want to commend you again. Thanks a lot. I have my first granddaughter, and if they move to Plum, I'll feel a lot better about them going to school.
Thank you.
Thanks, Skip.
Thank you.
I just want to make a short comment about Mr. Chaplin, about giving all these administrators raises. First off, there was only one administrator that got a raise, and it was our business manager, John Sahorchak, and that was warranted because of all the work he did with transportation, food service, the finance, and also there was no other, I don't know any other administrators that got huge raises. And actually, and I actually did my research from administration, and we're paying less with administrators in 18-19 than we were with 17-18, and not too much more or less, but it's a little less. So we're not paying more, and the notion that we're paying all these administrator raises is not accurate. So that just needs to be said.
Can we reconfigure?
There's no public comments are over.
All right, Steve, any other comments
Any other comments?
on the board?
I just like, Steve, it's in their contracts that they have raises. That's the only thing I'm saying is, everybody in this community has felt it. And if we're in these dire straits, a financial crisis, how many times have we heard that? You know, if a business is failing, you know, guess what? The raises go away. That's all I'm asking is, until that 5.6 million is paid back, you know, let's freeze it. Freeze if it's in the contracts, ask them, ask the administration, hey, let's take pay freezes and everybody likes to set a goal paying back at $5.6 million. Instead of, I think it's a 12-year term, pay it off sooner. Thank you.
Any other citizens' comments on non-agenda items? All right, I wanted to mention this in the president report. I didn't get a chance to, but I just wanted to welcome Jonah Babushi onto our vote. Is this your first voting meeting?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so welcome and thanks for coming out and, you know, representing the students with the school board. So we welcome you.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Welcome.
And to close our upcoming public meetings, we have a discussion meeting, 7 o'clock on October 9th, the Plum High School Library, and then the next voting meeting next month, October 23rd, at 7 o'clock right here at the council chambers. So, can I get a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
All-
Second.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.